it's okay, it's a joke, but it's not the question about to make sex every day in the age of 85, for example. But the question is to have this strong sexual energy and to be able to work with that sexual energy. So it means, okay, the first basic level, let me repeat, is just to produce your children. The second is your health and long life. You know, it's nothing to do with the children. It's just energy which we can use to make our physical body stronger while, you know, be old in age but young in physical conditions. Well, but then let us speak about next level is social and financial activity and social and financial success. And I may say that actually all guys who created whatever powerful in like business, political field, just better to remember it's always sexual energy, powerful sexual energy behind that. And sometimes we know about this, sometimes it's kind of hidden. And again, if something wrong happened, it's also sometimes, I mean, mostly. The reason is it means that this person is ill or just has some disorder with sexual energy. So it means, you know, all that examples of like social and political transformation of that sexual energy. And I mean, maybe we don't know about what is the level of sexual power for all that super rich people who are created that, all that big companies, but I am sure that it must be very powerful sexual energy behind huge companies, behind all that. Then let us speak about art and science. Let us complete this one, and then, because yeah, I think that we have to speak about what does it mean sexual energy right now, then to discuss, okay, who is going to transform, then how to increase, then how to transform. Just then it's going to be step by step. I mean, where is connection? But for us as the yoga and the meditation practitioners, connection is clear because, okay, this is sexual energy, and then you know, our intellect, our capacity to work, to do something is somehow related to, connected with this sexual energy source of energy, and then supernatural power. It's a next step. So it means if somebody has supernatural power, it's always transformation of the sexual energy. But then, okay, the question is about morality and like, you know, spirituality. If that is a kind and a good person, then this person can utilize this supernatural power for the purpose of healing. You know, but if it's an evil person, then it can be like powerful black magic. Yeah, but this is the question of morality, but the source is also basically sexual energy. And then on the top level is, of course, prayer and meditation. Because, well, I think it's wonderful to speak just simply and openly that, okay, ultimately meditation happens if we know how to transform this sexual energy. Because, well, we may, okay, according to the yoga and the Tantra tradition speak about Kundalini. For example, in the Christian tradition, they don't speak about Kundalini, but anyway, they speak about very similar things. Like many Christian saints, they're describing, like, fire of prayer, like, Holy Spirit as the fire. So many things about this Kundalini, but the source of Kundalini is a sexual energy. But just when this sexual energy goes to the main energy center, which is our spine, to the brain, to the upper chakras, and then meditation happens. But where is the source? And it's interesting that sometimes in literature and in different ashrams and schools, yogi schools, they say, okay, coccyx is the place for Kundalini. Nothing like that. Really, it is, coccyx, yeah, it's a starting point, but it's not the source. Their source, anyway, what we call lower part of abdomen, the area of prostate, uterus, okay, for men and women, and what we call in Kriya Yoga tradition is the Dakshina Bindu or lower Dantyani in Taoist tradition. Okay, anyway, sexual energy is the real source for Kundalini. So it means, when we speak about what does it mean Kundalini, okay, symbolically it's a goddess. And okay, maybe in a Christian tradition we're not ready to say that, okay, Virgin Mary is embodiment of sexual energy. We're not ready to say like that. Yeah? And if you take Protestant Christianity, they don't worship the Virgin Mary at all. But in a Roman Catholic Church and Greek Orthodox Church, yes, we worship to Virgin Mary. And in the Russian Orthodox Church, they have, I'm not really sure, but something like 700 or 800 of aspects of Virgin Mary. Different icons, different aspects, and they have a special, like kind of 700 or 800 of different divine services to the different, different rituals to the different Virgin Marys. And of course, we are not attribute even a single one to the sexual energy. That's part of Christian approach. But if we take Hindu tantric approach, there are Kali and Durga forms which are attributed to the sexual energy. And then let me really briefly repeat: multi-level, many steps of that journey of this energy. And the basic one is just to produce children, and that's divine, that's wonderful. Yeah, all animals do the same, but anyway, it's a divine plan. Then the next is a good health, long life. Also, yeah, source is a sexual energy. The next is the social and financial success. Yeah, that's also. Then creativity in a form of art, literature, science of any kind. Then the next one is a supernatural power, which can be moral or not. That's the second question. And then, like as a ultimate step is when we experience Kundalini power, which is purely divine transformation and a meditation. So it means that is all together. This is a power, divine power of sexual energy. That's the reason why it is very powerful and extremely important for us to know, to learn, to discuss, and later on to work and to transform it.